Hello everyone, welcome to all of you on December 12th on this Sunday morning, which is a little chilly, but we are going to talk about the newspaper analysis. A lot of you have had this discussion, especially those subscribers of Unacademy Law, that how do you prepare for current affairs on a daily basis? And your set solution is available on the legal game on a daily basis. This is Kushagra Goel, your educator for the CLAT examination. And for the past 1.5 months, I have been doing this newspaper analysis. But from December 11 onward, we have added certain new elements to our newspaper analysis. One of the topics that current affairs requires on a daily basis is day and dates. 5 to 10 marks of questions come in law entrance examinations on day and dates. So, since yesterday onwards, in the newspaper analysis itself, every day I have added the important day and dates. So, at the legal game, where I take most of the content for your current affairs preparation, I have been doing this newspaper analysis and I have a history with the newspaper analysis that I've got 90% of the questions of the CLAT paper from the newspaper analysis content that I taught for CLAT 2021 students. So if you are watching me for the very first time, this is the time to get introduced. I am Kushagra Goel, your educator for the CLAT examination, a graduate from National Law University, a master's in economics. I've assisted students to achieve AIR 4, AIR 16, 100 plus CLAT selections, and 90% of the questions in the CLAT GK section of CLAT 2021. So with this introduction right out of our windows, let's dive into the newspaper analysis. Now, first things first, we will be talking about December 12th. So December 12th has two important days on the UN calendar. Those days are International Universal Health Coverage Day. So you all know with COVID-19 pandemic that healthcare has become such an important event. But December 12 is also an important day on the category of neutrality. So it is celebrated as International Day of Neutrality and the International Universal Health Coverage Day. So सबसे पहले बात करते हैं Universal Health Coverage Day की. Universal Health Coverage Day, this year's theme for the day is leave no one's health behind, to keep everyone along and invest in health systems for all. Basically, to create a universal health coverage, we need to create a public good. A public good that is available for everyone, that is affordable for everyone, and that provides all the services that are necessary. So what is the history of universal health coverage and why is it important for United Nations to celebrate it? Okay, so the history of it began in 2012 when United Nations passed a resolution urging all the member countries of the world to work for universal health coverage. Okay, when was the first Universal Health Coverage Day celebrated? 2017. United Nations this year on its International Day and Dates has added a hashtag for every day. Okay, so for the universal health coverage, there is a hashtag that is health for all and hashtag UHC day. Okay, what is the motto of International Universal Health Coverage Day? It is everyone, everywhere should have access to quality, affordable healthcare, a essential priority. So this is all that you need to know on December 12 on International Universal Health Coverage Day. What is the other day that we celebrate on December 12? It is the International Day of Neutrality. अब न्यूट्रलिटी क्या होती है? वो who is a person who is neutral. Neutral is a person who does not take this stand or that stand. Neutrality as defined is the legal status from abstention of a state from all participation in war and other states, maintenance of an attitude of impartiality towards belligerents. That is, let's say कि A and B are fighting and I am here. I will declare myself to be neutral, that I will not take this side, I will not take that side. I will not participate in the war with A, I will not participate in a war with B. Basically, a not non-alignment but total neutrality. In non-alignment, India was non-aligned to the world powers. But in neutral, you declare to be not part of the war at all. We did fight a war with Pakistan. There were allies of Pakistan. There were countries who were in support of us. We also supported causes of certain countries. But when you declare yourself neutral, you declare that you will not be part. So, for example, Switzerland is a good historical example. They were not part of any allied forces or the Axis forces during World War I, World War II. They did not sign the NATO or the Warsaw Pact. So, neutrality से क्या होता है? Neutrality is a way to achieve an objective of Article 2 of the UN Charter. उससे क्या होता है? What do we do with International Day of Neutrality? We celebrate peaceful coexistence and preventive diplomacy. अगर मेरे एरिया में, let's say India is in the middle of Pakistan and Bangladesh, they are fighting a war, right? And now you want to ensure that this war subsides because it is going to create problems for you, right? India had to fight the 1971 war. Why? Because of the trouble that was brewing in Bangladesh. But we had to take a physical action. But neutrality would demand us to take a preventive action. उससे पहले, which is preventive diplomacy. कि peaceful वार्तालाप से you try to resolve it. So you do mediation and peacemaking. So countries that have declared themselves neutral, such as Turkmenistan, Switzerland, they believe in preventive diplomacy. All right. So this is to celebrate the spirit of peace, which is the idea under Article 2. Why? If every country declares itself neutral, no one would want to be fighting war of anyone. And then there is no purpose of another world war or a big war happening. When no big wars are going to happen, then it is going to lead to damage, limitation, and world peace at large. So these are the two dates on December 12th. With this, let's dive into the newspaper analysis for the day. So those who are very new to our format of newspaper analysis, every day I will highlight what are the news that you need to note down and what are the news you just need to know and then pass it on. All right. So on the December 12 newspaper, there are a couple of things on the first page. The one big news is obviously the farmers' protest ending. The farmers bid adieu to Singhu protest site and the others, that is Ghazipur, Tikri and the Singhu border. So these are the three major protest sites that had come up during the protest for the farm bills. The farm bills have been repealed. So this is a good time for you to revise the three farm bills that were repealed. The one for APMC mandis, the second for commercial and contractual farming, and the third for Essential Commodities Acts Amendment. Those were the three farm bills that have now been repealed. What were the other demands of the farmers when after the Prime Minister's announcement? The one for an assurance of MSP, and second for repeal of criminal cases or withdrawal of criminal cases that were filed against them. They have now been accepted. Respective state governments, that is state government of Haryana and Uttar Pradesh, will withdraw these cases. Compensation to the deceased farmers will also be provided by the respective states. That is the assurance that the government has given. The second thing is a new committee will be created for MSP. That there will be certain government members, certain farmer members, and the review of it will happen on January the 15th. That farmers will review the progress on 15th January. With this, their protest at these three major prominent sites of the Delhi border, Singhu, Ghazipur and Tikri, will end. Okay, so this is the big news of the month, that the protest has now finally ended. On December 11, the farmers decided to end the protest. Okay, uske baad, what is the other news? The other big news is India sending medical aid as relief to Afghanistan. Afghanistan is going through a humanitarian crisis. Their funds are seized. After the war, there are groups that need to be undertaken. There is massive food shortage. There is food shortage of essential medicines. And the harsh winter is upon the Afghanistan. And with this, India, along with other countries, have also extended aid to Afghanistan. Recently, we sent our trucks which supplied wheat, essential food commodity, and now on a return flight. So we had an evacuation flight from Kabul to New Delhi, where 10 Indians and 94 Afghan minority citizens came to India seeking refuge. On the return flight, the flight was supposed to go back. On the return flight, we have sent medical aid to Afghanistan, where essential medicines has been supplied. So this is the part of humanitarian effort of different countries. Nothing to be particularly noted down here. One thing to be remembered, have we officially recognized Taliban as the government of Afghanistan? No. Have we started diplomatic relationship with the Taliban government of Afghanistan? No. So those are the facts. Okay. अब उसके बाद then there is news. US ban on para unit stuns Dhaka. Recently, there has been some amount of disturbance in the US and Bangladesh relationship. Why has it been? US is trying to nudge Bangladesh to move closer to USA by pressing some pressure points. What is this pressure point? US has imposed sanctions on the Rapid Action Battalion of Bangladesh, that they have conducted certain excesses. So we will talk about it on the page number 6 and page number 9. क्या ये हमारे एग्जाम से रिलेटेड है? Will it be part of our exams? No. That is why I'm not highlighting it. All right. Then we move on. Apart from this, on the front page, what is to note? So the watch of Diego Maradona, a stolen watch, has been recovered in Assam. When was the watch stolen? The watch was stolen during a match that had happened. Okay. And he's returning during August 2020. So this watch has now been found and will probably be returned to the family or could be kept as a memorabilia. So this has been recovered, but can it be part of news? No. All right. So nothing to note down in that. Uske baad then there is national news from different areas. Now what do we do with newspaper news of different states? Do we pick it up as something that will be important for our CLAT examination? Only events of national importance are of such nature. National importance events are the ones that we note down. So iske andar then Yogendra Yadav, who was one of the members, he spoke about the different borders, how they had become the Char Dhams and will always be etched into the memories of those who have participated. This is definitely a big victory for the farmers, that they were able to peacefully keep the protest for 1 year to get their demands accepted by the government. The 4 major prominent border sites were Singhu, Tikri, Ghazipur and Shahjahanpur border. Okay, Tikri, Singhu and Ghazipur were the main borders. Okay, Shahjahanpur was not in the prominence, but those were the 4 areas where the protest sit-in had taken place. Uske baad then, in regard to this, nothing of note on these pages. Then we come to more news. So Indian Air Force thanking the Tamil Nadu government for its prompt action, and then different other martyrs also, families bid to their martyrs for the devastating crash that happened on December 10 of our first Chief of Defence Staff, that is General Bipin Rawat. We will be talking about the helicopter in which he was traveling on the profile page of today's newspaper. Okay, then we move on. NC undecided on the delimitation panel. ये कौन सी news है? This news is related to delimitation exercise in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. This is the delimitation process to determine the size of constituencies, the number of constituencies for the Assembly of Jammu and Kashmir. Prime Minister met different political representatives from Jammu and Kashmir, told them that delimitation will happen, then elections will happen, and probably then statehood to Jammu and Kashmir will be restored. So this is the chain of events that has been taking place. This is one political party, that is National Conference. They are told that preliminary findings of the meeting have not yet been shared. This is a constitutional body that is being headed by a former Chief Justice of the Delhi High Court, a judge of the Delhi High Court. Okay. Now this committee, details that you can note down. It is a 3-member committee headed by Ranjana Prakash Desai, who is a judge of, formerly a judge of the Delhi High Court. Okay, that is the detail to be noted down. Is the delimitation panel a official one? Yes, it is a constitutional exercise. All right, delimitation is a constitutional exercise to determine the size of constituencies. Okay, that is the one big thing. Then, as we talked about the sanctions, what do we need to note here? Okay, each year United States comes up with a certain individuals who have abused human rights and prevent their travel to United States or assistance to their related organizations. Our Prime Minister, that is Prime Minister Modi, also was under these sanctions till 2014. That is from 2002 till 2014. He was also part of these sanctions. Okay, what are these sanctions imposed under? They are imposed under a law known as Global Magnitsky Human Rights Accountability Act. Okay, this act was brought in by USA. These are unilateral sanctions. क्या है इनकी नेचर? Unilateral sanctions. That is, ये यूएन नहीं करती है, सारी कंट्रीज नहीं कर रही हैं. दे आर नॉट यूनिवर्सली एक्नॉलेज सैंक्शंस. ये होती हैं सिर्फ और सिर्फ यूएसए की तरफ से. कौन से एक्ट के अंडर? ग्लोबल मैग्निट्स्की ह्यूमन राइट्स अकाउंटेबिलिटी एक्ट. इट इज टू नज पीपल और कंट्रीज टू टेक एक्शन टूवर्ड्स इंश्योरिंग ह्यूमन राइट्स. ये न्यूज़ अभी क्यों छपी है? क्योंकि December 10 इज द इंटरनेशनल ह्यूमन राइट्स डे. It is a little shocking because Bangladesh has been taking active steps towards a more democratic stature. And it is in this regard, this US sanctions is a setback for their group. Our Ministry of External Affairs has not made any comments. Okay. So as of now, nothing of note, but the nature of the sanctions is all you need to remember. They are unilateral sanctions. Okay. Then, apart from this, the news here. Punjab moves Supreme Court against extended BSF area. This is a notification that was issued under the BSF Act of 1968. क्या notification था? Central government increased the extent of BSF from 15 to 50 kilometers from the borders. ठीक है? That if this is the state of Punjab and this was the area that was under control of BSF, now up to 50 kilometers, the range will be 15 kilometers. This is what it will be about. Okay, so Punjab government has stated that, see, the fact that BSF will be able to patrol the areas and take over police and law and order subjects up to the area of 50 kilometers, then this is a violation of the federal structure, because states are supposed to be taking care of or these events. Police and law and order are state list or state subjects under section schedule 7 of the Indian Constitution. They are state subject under 7th schedule. ठीक है, हमें एग्जाम में क्या पूछते हैं कि under what part of the Constitution are the lists provided? So the answer will be 7th schedule. Okay, it creates 3 lists: union, state and concurrent list. Okay, so this is what the Supreme Court now needs to examine. If this extension of radius of BSF control, BSF Border Security Force is a union force, it's a union paramilitary force. Then there is state police, that is Punjab police, which is under the state government. So how do you determine how much can you extend? This is what the nature will be identified with. Okay, then apart from this, on this page, nothing of note for us. All right, then we move on. More political news. Do these projects become important for us? No. Okay, why? Because they are not of national importance. This is a project happening in one state, primarily focused for the elections that are upcoming. Okay, so this is why this is not important for us. Okay, then on the right hand side is the news. Nagas want apology from center for killing of 14 civilians. This is related to the act of AFSPA. I have conducted a special session on YouTube on AFSPA, the link to which will be given in the comment box. I will pin the link to the class on AFSPA on the YouTube channel. If you are someone who is not aware of what is AFSPA, what are the special powers, then you can go through that specific video to enhance your notes. Okay, then we move on. Apart from this, MSP is key to diversify crops for farmers, and the news on the right hand side. These two news are very important. Okay, recently World Inequality Report 2022 was released. This was a database collected to determine the different levels of inequality in India. On this parameter, on the terms of labor income, what is the percentage that women have and what is the percentage of labor that men have? In India, women earn just 18 of the total 18% of the total income that is going to the labor sector. Okay, this shows the discrepancy. The world, for example, China has 34% of its women, approximately closer to average. What is the world average for income? Okay, Asia's average is 27%. Okay, and the overall average, which should be 50%. See, women are half of it and they should be having the same amount of income share. But the more we go below 50 is showing the level of inequality. कैसे पता पड़ रही है? The lower your figure is below 50. ठीक है? So it's in descending order. The lower you are, the higher is your inequality. The lower the number of share of women, the higher the inequality in the area. Our inequality in terms of labor income is less than that of Sri Lanka and Nepal, also in our neighborhood. Okay, which is the area with the highest number of women share? Eastern Europe. They have the highest average with 41%. Which is the country with the highest female labor income? Moldova with 45%. Okay, share of women in total incomes from work neared 30% in 1990 and stands at 34% in the world today. So overall, the world is unequal for women, and a lot more work needs to be done to create inequality, to remove inequality in the world. So what do we need to remember? What is the status of India on its inequality percentage? Only 18% of women have the labor share income. Which is the country with the highest female labor income? Moldova. Which is the region with the highest female labor income? Eastern Europe. Okay, those are the facts that need to be remembered from this. Then on the right hand side is about sustainable farming and diversifying of crops. Let's say there is a cropland. Let's assume this is India's crop area or the total farmed area in India. Okay, 50% of the farmers grow wheat and rice. Okay, the other half produce vegetables and certain things. Okay, if this 50% of the land is using, let's say, 70% of the water or 60% of the electricity required for total farming, there is a case for mismanagement of economic resources. जैसे कि in this article it is pointed out that in Punjab, in comparison to a farmer in Bihar, a Punjab farmer has to use 3 times more water than a farmer in Bihar or Telangana to produce same amount of rice or wheat. So a Punjab farmer, to attain that level of income, is having high input cost. So what is diversification of crops? That you provide income support to farmers or incentivize moving to different crops such as corn, maize, lentils, mustard, okay, that you move towards them instead of wheat and rice. But why would a farmer move away from wheat and rice to these crops? Only when they have some support, that if I will invest, let's say, X amount, I will be able to recover X plus 2, which is my margin of profit, 2%. Okay, so that is what farmers are saying, that we are willing to cooperate. One of the reasons the government brought in the farm bills was that it wants to nudge farmers towards more diversified crops. Farmers' argument is, I'm willing to do it. Punjab, Haryana, Western Uttar Pradesh were the farmers that created or moved India from food shortage to food security. So they are saying we are willing to do it, but you need to take a step to assist us. For us, what is important is, what are the keys term? Diversification and sustainability. Sustainable matlab you are not taking more resources in comparison to someone else to produce the same amount of grains. जैसे कि I can read 100 words in 1 minute and you are taking 2 minutes to read the same amount of words. Probably you need to increase your speed by learning more, or maybe we are both reading the different articles. So if we are reading different articles, probably there will be difference there. So you need to identify this distinction. Each geographical area has its own unique beauty, and crops that can work the best in those areas should be used in those areas for agriculture. That is the idea of diversification and sustainability. Okay. Then we move on the newspaper analysis. Pinaka extended range rocket system tested by DRDO. So India recently purchased anti-aircraft missile system S-400 from Russia. But we also have our own multi-barrel rocket launcher, which is to launch the rockets that we have. So we have different other rockets. So Pinaka is a way to test that. It is the extended range multi-barrel rocket system. Okay, to have an enhanced range system. What was tested? 24 rockets with different capabilities and different length. This has not been revealed what were the rockets, what were tested, okay, for confidentiality purposes. So nothing to be really noted down here, all right, because there is not much details available, right? You can just note what is Pinaka. It's a multi-barrel rocket launch system. Okay? Then we move on. G7 puts up a united front against Russia. I am not discussing it here because I am going to discuss it on the profile segment of the newspaper. Okay, then there is more news about China branding US democracy as a weapon of mass destruction. This is all these news of one country making statements about the other are not important for us from our एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. क्यों नहीं है इंपॉर्टेंट? क्योंकि इसमें कोई फैक्चुअल इंफॉर्मेशन नहीं, इसमें कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं बनता विच कंट्री कॉल्ड द अदर कंट्री एज वेपन ऑफ मास डिस्ट्रक्शन. ऐसा क्वेश्चन नहीं आएगा. ओके, न्यूज़ चैनल्स में इस तरीके की डिबेट्स हो सकती है, बट क्लैट इज अ academic paper, so questions will be academically fine tuned. Our current affairs will also be academically fine tuned. We will not get questions like these. Okay, then we move on. At least 70 dead in Kentucky after storms. So tornado storms hit United States, different provinces across 5 states. Okay, and approximately 100 to 110 people have passed away in it. All right, that is the updated story that is coming in. Uske alawa there is nothing to note. Then the big news here is Blinken takes up Iran deal with leaders. What is this deal about? This is the JCPOA, Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action. What is the purpose of it? To limit Iran's nuclear program for peaceful means. Iran is a adversary of Saudi Arabia and Israel, both the countries which are closer to West. Iran is or sees itself as an independent power, but the P5 countries, JCPOA was an agreement by the P5 countries, Iran and Germany. Okay, P5, that is USA, Russia, China, UK, France. Along with them was Germany. They had an agreement with Iran that, see, you will not use your nuclear test facilities for nuclear weapons. If you want to use it, we will help you supply with nuclear fuel, but that will only be for peaceful purposes, nuclear energy के लिए, ना कि nuclear weapons बनाने के लिए. So we will have a testing system, we will have policing to ensure that you are not misusing it. All right, so this is the idea behind it. Okay, that is the purpose here. So JCPOA के ऊपर 2018 में डोनाल्ड ट्रंप withdrew unilaterally. He was like कि यार this is not working, we need a new deal. Okay, so this new deal he was never able to take in, and now there is a real threat that Iran actually will get nuclear weapons. So there is talks to revive the JCPOA and ensure that it does not lead to more proliferation of nuclear weapons. So the talks are ongoing. This is the idea that we have to keep in mind. उसके बीच में जो diplomatic actions होते हैं, those are not important for us. Then on the science and technology page, the one big news for us is how the idea of vaccine protection has changed over 1 year. सबसे पहले ये बात थी कि जब vaccines नहीं थी, we were talking about herd immunity, जैसे कि if 60 to 70% of the population gets the virus, then the virus will stop spreading. Then the virus mutated, we all got vaccines. Then the idea was we need to get everyone vaccinated. Okay, everyone with 2 doses of vaccines will not get severe disease. Now we are talking about booster doses because we have a variant which can lead to hospitalization even if you have had vaccines. पहले, one of the reason why this is also happening is पहले vaccines used to happen researched over 4-5 years. So disease, for example smallpox की vaccine or other diseases जिनकी vaccines available है, उनको we have seen the disease over last 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 years. So we know almost everything about the disease. COVID-19 has been with us only for 2 years, 2.5 years. So we don't know everything about it. So our vaccines are also changing as the disease is changing. It's a very hands-on approach that we have taken. Okay, we'll wait for how the government decides for us. That is the key part. Okay, then we come to FAQ section. Okay, will US directives on 5G use impact flights? So 5G uses a specific kind of technology. Aircrafts also use the same kind of technology. If they counteract or the radar systems of the flights and 5G system complicate or interact with each other and hamper the systems on aircraft, that is what is being discussed here. Okay, this is one of the news that will definitely not be used in your CLAT examination. So आपको पढ़ने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. It's a very technical thing. इंडिया में 5G के ट्रायल्स भी शुरू नहीं हुए अभी तक. So leave alone having it to impact our flights and their transition. We don't even have 5G. So इस वजह से ये क्वेश्चन नहीं बनेगा. दूसरी बात क्यों नहीं बनेगा? Internet on aircrafts in other countries was allowed ऑलमोस्ट अ डेकेड अगो. हमने 2 साल पहले अलाउ किया था, उसके बाद भी हमारे यहाँ डोमेस्टिकली फ्लाइट्स में इंटरनेट भी अवेलेबल नहीं. क्यों नहीं है? क्योंकि वी वांट टू इंश्योर दैट देयर इज नो इंटरफेरेंस विद द रेडार सिस्टम्स ऑफ द एयरक्राफ्ट टू इंश्योर देयर मैक्सिमम सेफ्टी. सो दिस इज द आइडिया. दैट इज वाई देयर इज एब्सोल्युटली नो चांस ऑफ एनी ऑफ दिस इंफॉर्मेशन कमिंग इन योर एग्जामिनेशन. ठीक है, अब नेक्स्ट चीज़ आते हैं 2 ओमिक्रॉन वेरिएंट्स. सो ये चीज़ डिपेंड करती है जीनियोलॉजी पे. ठीक है, ओमिक्रॉन वेरिएंट का जीनियोलॉजी इज B.1.1.529. अब क्या होता है, ईच वायरस, हाउ डज अ वेरिएंट ऑफ अ वायरस कम इन. एक वायरस है, मल्टीप्लाइज 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 every time it is multiplying, once in a while the virus makes a mistake and it changes its shape. That change of shape is what is known as a variant. Sometimes the variant could be nothing and the virus will once again go back to its original state. Okay? But sometimes the virus, जैसे कि डेल्टा वेरिएंट में हुआ, right, it starts mutating in that regard only and that becomes the more prominent spread. ठीक है, that variant becomes the most prominent one. So human beings भी ऐसा ही करते हैं. We have all of us are different in different ways. क्यों है हम different? क्योंकि every time we reproduce we also make a change. We make a mistake and we make a change. So over generations when we have had reproduction we have evolved into different human beings. Virus भी यही करते हैं. So Omicron variant now probably has two genealogies of itself. क्या मतलब कि this B.1.529 has also changed into two different subvariants. मान लीजिए कि एक इस शेप में था. Now one is in the same shape. Okay, and then for the other the color has changed. Okay, the shape has remained the same but the color. Is this variant more capable of transmission than this one? We don't know yet. Okay, for us the main genealogy is BA.1 but the sublineage is BA.2. Scientific genealogy की बात है. हमारे लिए अभी ओमिक्रॉन वेरिएंट का जीनियोलॉजी जो क्वेश्चन में पूछा जाएगा वो है बी द थिंग टू रिमेंबर फॉर अस इज B.1.1.529. दैट इज ओमिक्रॉन वेरिएंट B.1.1.529. दैट इज ऑल दैट वी नीड टू रिमेंबर. ओके, देन वी मूव ऑन to which states in the Northeast have AFSPA. AFSPA as a law was earlier existent as its history was 4 separate laws. Then in 1958 we made one law for all the northeastern states. So AFSPA as a law can only be applied to disturbed areas in the northeastern states. What are the northeastern states? The 7 northeastern states: Arunachal Pradesh, Meghalaya, Assam, Tripura, Mizoram, Manipur and Nagaland. Okay, so these 7 states are the ones which can have AFSPA. Right now there is a demand for repeal of AFSPA, that totally remove it. Who are the authorities who can determine? So section 3 of the act, ठीक है, section 3 of the act tells us that central government or the Ministry of Home Affairs, governor of the state, या अगर कोई यूनियन टेरिटरी है तो वहां पे एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर, ठीक है, they can determine and revoke AFSPA from any area. Okay, now they have to actively check after every 6 months. 6 महीने के अंदर दे हैव टू वेरीफाई कि क्या अब सिचुएशन एग्जिस्ट करती है AFSPA को कंटिन्यू रखने की या नहीं. ठीक है, उस हिसाब से देर आर ओनली 3 स्टेट्स ऑफ इंडिया दैट हैव AFSPA नाउ: असम, नागालैंड. एंटायरिटी ऑफ नागालैंड एंड असम हैव AFSPA imposed. Then there is Arunachal Pradesh जिसकी 3 districts and 2 police stations are under AFSPA. Manipur, Mizoram, those Tripura were states where AFSPA was there earlier. It has now been completely withdrawn from there. There is now demand कि AFSPA should be taken away from every other area and normal laws should be restored. Why is that the case? Because AFSPA gives certain exceptional powers. Okay? And those powers are the one that need to be dealt with sternly. ठीक है? This is the key area that we need to focus on. ओके, दैट एक इमीडिएटली नहीं लग सकता, एक्टिवली रेगुलेट होता है, कितने कितने टाइम से लगेगा. उसके बाद द नेक्स्ट थिंग इज हु कैन इम्पोज इट? मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ होम अफेयर्स, द गवर्नर ऑफ द स्टेट और द एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर. ऑलराइट, अभी कहाँ कहाँ पे है? असम, entirety of Assam, then Nagaland, and 3 districts of अरुणाचल प्रदेश. ठीक है. If you want to know more about AFSPA, check the comment section of this video. I will be pinning the link towards the specific YouTube video on AFSPA. So make sure that you check that out if you want to know more about it. Okay. Right. Then we move on to the profile section. The profile section is about Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan. अभी तक हमने जो स्टोरी सुनी है विच इज़ अबाउट तालिबान टेक ओवर इन अफगानिस्तान. बट जब तालिबान का ओरिजिन हुआ था देन दे ऑल्सो हैड एन ऑफ शूट इन पाकिस्तान. ओके, सो आई विल नाउ बी यूजिंग द स्लाइड टू हेल्प यू डाइसेक्ट द इम्पॉर्टेंट बॉडीज. ओके, सो सबसे पहली जो बॉडी है वो है तहरीक-ए-तालिबान पाकिस्तान. दे आर नोन एज TTP. ठीक है, TTP का एक ही पर्पज है, दे वॉन्ट टू टेक ओवर पाकिस्तान जस्ट लाइक तालिबान of Afghanistan has taken over Afghanistan. What do they want to do? Impose Sharia law, the most stringent version, conservative version of Sharia law. And they want the nuclear weapons of Pakistan to be used on every other country which is a non-believer. Okay, that is the orthodox Islam in which Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan believes in. This is why it is a headline news. नॉर्मली अगर कोई टेररिस्ट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है, हर स्टेट के अंदर हर कंट्री में टेररिस्ट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन एग्जिस्ट करती है, बट पाकिस्तान में कोई टेररिस्ट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का ज़्यादा कंट्रोल में आना अपने आप में क्यों प्रॉब्लमैटिक है? क्योंकि पाकिस्तान हैज़ न्यूक्लियर वेपन्स. अभी तक टेररिस्ट अटैक्स हैव नेवर टेकन प्लेस अंडर न्यूक्लियर वेपन्स. सो द बिग थ्रेट विद TTP is that they have the capacity to actually take over Pakistan. Why is that the case? Because there have been 2 major instances where TTP has been active. First, 2007 में they assassinated the prime minister candidate of Pakistan. That was Benazir Bhutto. During a rally that she was carrying out, she was assassinated in open public. Then in 2014, approximately 150 children were killed in a blast in a school. Our Prime Minister had also condemned these attacks. Even Taliban of Pakistan had condemned the terror attack of 2014. So you can see how dangerous TTP is in comparison to Taliban of Afghanistan. Taliban of Afghanistan, if they are violent, TTP are a step above that. Okay, this is the reason why. Why are we talking about them abhi? Kyunki till now there was a ceasefire between TTP and government. जैसे कि नागालैंड में आर्मी एंड डिफरेंट फैक्शंस ऑफ नागास दे हैव अ सीज फायर, उसी तरीके से TTP एंड पाकिस्तान आर्मी हैड अ सीज फायर. दैट सीज फायर अग्रीमेंट हैज नाउ ब्रोकन डाउन. ओके, now that means is hostilities can resume between TTP and Pakistan army. A lot of the northeast frontier province, जो Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan, who is the prominent leader of Indian freedom movement, he used to come from that area. Okay, most of the territory there is actually controlled by TTP, not by Pakistan army. Okay, there was a demand by TTP that we will stop the fights and terror attacks if you release our 100 fighters and you accede to certain demands of others for governance. Those demands have obviously not been accepted by Pakistan government. So now there has been a breakdown of ceasefire. The ceasefire was brokered by Taliban Afghanistan. ठीक है, तालिबान अफगानिस्तान के भी 2 फैक्शंस है. एक है कंधार फैक्शन, दूसरा है काबुल फैक्शन. ठीक है, काबुल फैक्शन इज वेरी क्लोज टू ISI. They had got active assistance from Pakistan's government during the fight against the US. Then there is the Kandahar faction. They are like कि अब now that we have gotten the country, we don't have to have Pakistan anymore. We don't want their interference in our country. We want to rule it properly. Sovereign government we not want to create. Kabul faction of Taliban is like, nahi, nahi. Kabul faction is also known as the Haqqani network. Haqqani network is very close to ISI of Pakistan. They are very close. So, and this TTP, Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, it is close to Taliban Afghanistan. Okay, so you understand the complex nature. TTP is close to Taliban Afghanistan. Okay, and there is a war going on between TTP and Pakistan. They are fighting a war. Taliban and Afghanistan and Pakistan government are allies. These are allies of each other. Okay. Now, if Pakistan has to defeat Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, it needs assistance of Taliban Afghanistan. Okay? While Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan wants to take over Pakistan, for which they need assistance of Taliban Afghanistan. This Taliban Afghanistan is divided into two factions. One of them supports Pakistan, the other supports neither. So now it needs to be seen what will be this play out will be. Okay? Who will be able to triumph? For the world and everyone involved, it is hoped that this terror organization dies out, because the risk of nuclear weapons with the terrorist group is humongous. Okay, that is why this article is important for security purposes and larger foreign policy. जो भी इसके अंदर important बात थी, जो इसकी story थी, वो मैंने आपको समझा दी है. If you have any doubts related to any of these articles, you can always comment them. In the next newspaper analysis, that is of the next date, I will be covering the news. Then we move on. The IAF workforce or workhorse. This is the Mi helicopters that we have purchased from Russia. What was the helicopter? Why is it in news? This is the helicopter that was unfortunately crashed carrying our first Chief of Defense Staff. Now we have been using these helicopters for a long time. 2012 se we have had almost 116 units of this helicopter. It is the main helicopter that is also used by the Prime Minister, everyone involved. So this is the description of it. It is a twin engine V5 twin engine helicopters. It's a workhorse. Indian Air Force has always used it. Pilots recognize it's secure. So it needs to be noted down what could have been the crash. Till now, ever since we have had Mi-17 V5 helicopter, okay, we have been operating them since 2012. 2012 se we have been using them. There have been 3 crashes in total. एक crash हुआ था उत्तराखंड floods के time, which was because of bad weather. The second accident actually happened by our own defense missile. We shot a missile on our very own helicopter. This happened after the Balakot airstrikes. 27 फरवरी की न्यूज़ थी in 2019 when Pakistan scrambled its aircrafts in Indian airspace. So on 27th we accidentally shot our own helicopter and 13 officers were killed. Then the third accident has happened now, okay, which is the cause of which is not known. These are the 3 prominent accidents that have happened in this. Okay, so apart from this, nothing of note for us in this article. The name of the company that manufactures them, Rostec State Corporation of Russia. Okay, the big news that is there is about the Donbas region at the center of Ukraine crisis. What is this story about? The story is about a territory that you can see here, Ukraine. Okay. In 2014, Russia acquired this area that we see as Crimea. Okay, this Crimea region was acquired by Russia during the Cold War. This entire country of Ukraine was the influence of Soviet Union. When Soviet Union disintegrated in 1991, the influence went away. But let's say if Ukraine has allies of Western countries or missiles of USA, Russia becomes very vulnerable because it's the area. जैसे कि मान लीजिए China has come into our very close neighborhood, so we are very alert, right? So Russia will also have to become very alert if this region goes to allies or adversaries of Russia, which is what the G7 news was also about. What is this crisis? अब क्या हुआ है? Russia believes that Ukraine could be becoming a member of NATO. That this country could become a member of NATO. So what have they done? They have amassed huge troops in this border. Huge troop presence has been created by Russia to influence कि if Ukraine becomes a member of NATO, we will push in. If they become a member, we will try to acquire this entire country, because no way can we let this country become a US ally. So Russia is telling, and the region in focus is this Donbass region. ये एक province है जहाँ पे majority people are Russian speaking. 70% of the population speaks Russia. So Russia states कि ये जो territory है ये मेरी होनी चाहिए. जैसे कि पाकिस्तान का लॉजिक है कि बिकॉज जम्मू एंड कश्मीर हैज मुस्लिम पॉपुलेशन, जम्मू एंड कश्मीर शुड बी ऑफ माइन. सो बिकॉज ऑफ दिस लॉजिक रशिया वांट्स टू अक्वायर दिस प्रोविंस एंड स्टेट्स कि इफ यू मूव इन आई विल कैप्चर दिस एंटायर कंट्री. ओके, सो दिस इज द डिप्लोमैटिक टसल दैट इज नाउ हैपनिंग बिटवीन द NATO countries and Russia. That Russia has asked USA to declare that Ukraine will never become a member of NATO. If you are someone who has no idea what is NATO, I have conducted a special class on what NATO is all about. A military alliance class. The link to it will be pinned in the comment section. So if you have not watched it, it will be a good time for you to go and watch that recorded class to ensure that you are on the same page. So this is the controversy that is now building up. It is a region divided, it's political tussle, nothing of real facts right now. It's not a settled controversy, but the settled fact is what is NATO. Okay, NATO is a military alliance. I have taken a class on it, so the link to which will be linked in the comment section. Then we move on. Apart from this, on business and sport news, nothing of note for us here. Okay, Indian driver for Red Bull, Jehan Daruwala, won his third race in Formula 2. He still has no contract to become a Formula 1 driver, so that needs to be seen. Okay, apart from this, nothing of note for us on the newspaper side. So with this, we will conclude the newspaper analysis. What all do you need to note in today's newspaper? The first is the Mi-17V5 helicopter. Okay, the name of the helicopter, that is one big news to be noted down. उसके बाद Omicron. All right, those are the two major important events. Then the US Act for unilateral sanctions. Those are the key news for today's newspaper. The rest of it is already highlighted. You can access these notes through my Google Drive link, which is given in the description box. If you want to get access to the notes that we talked about, you can do that through there, or you can join me on my Telegram channel to ask me any other doubts. With this, we conclude. If you are someone who is looking for dedicated preparation for your CLAT examination, you should join dedicated batches for CLAT preparation on Unacademy's app. You will get access to national level mock tests plus weekly events, plus you get to be part of active classes, not YouTube, but actively ask doubts immediately. which is possible through Unacademy's subscribed batches. If you are looking for subscription, I suggest that you should at least take a 6-month subscription right now for your CLAT 2022 students. And those with 2023 should take a 12-month subscription. You can use my code KUSSGK for an additional 10% discount. If you are a 2023 aspirant, a new batch is starting on 10th December, and for 2022 aspirants on 8th December. With this, and apart from these batches, there are two types of tests we conduct on our platform. One is the Unacademy Law Aptitude Test, which is the alternate Saturdays. And then there is a weekly test. So tomorrow on Monday, there will be a 20-minute test on English section. So make sure that you participate in them. On that note, I will conclude. Thank you so much, all of you. If you are someone who wants to have a daily preparation of current affairs, subscribe to The Legal Game, where every day at 5 p.m. I provide you with the newspaper analysis, which is then available at all point of time. So on that note, thank you so much. Subscribe to the channel, and if you like the newspaper analysis, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends who are also looking for assistance. Thank you so much. See you all tomorrow.